personally really, really happy to have a little chat with him because Jason is my buddy. We've known each other for, again, AI time is a little bit different.
AI time is very different.
Yes, AI time, I think we met October last year.
Is that it? God,
It
that feels like an eternity.
Yes.
Not in a bad way, in a good way.
No, in a good way, but
it's just how fast everything moves.
Yeah, it feels like it was October, I'm pretty sure, but it feels like 3 or 4 years. Because AI time is like condensed.
Did a lot within that period of time too, in terms of work and projects and stuff. So.
Yes, and we also work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, on several projects that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, you were just on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Mondego, which is such a great project. Wu-Tang Clan.
Yay.
And you mentioned that your intern didn't know Wu-Tang Clan. Which is, if you guys don't know Wu-Tang Clan, please do yourself a favor and watch it.
The younger generation probably wasn't raised on them like we were, so.
It's a shame. It's a shame. So much great art goes missing.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that the project that you're most proud of? Or which is?
That's a good question. I mean, I love it only because I love the band. It's such an iconic band. And then on top of that, just our group. And then just being able to do like major world building with such an iconic
Who came up with the idea and how was the creative process? Because I feel like a lot of times artists, when they work for themselves mostly, and a lot of the artists that are on this channel, they create projects, but they have not worked with clients and clients yet. So they don't know how much comes from the client side, how much comes from you, where is the overlap, and how creative can we be as AI artists when we're getting hired for a job?
Great questions. Basically, the Wu-Tang Clan's creative director, Danny Hastings, reached out and he saw a short that I did called The Heist. And,
if you don't know that one, check it out. It was mind-blowing and earth-shattering.
I just posted on social media a little clip that I did in VO3 this morning with one prompt while I was brushing my teeth, and it was just, you want to see me, I don't know what the right word was. It was basically the guy from The Heist, and he's back. We're gonna do Heist 2, the sequel.
Oh my god! You're gonna have so many new fans now with this sequel.
if I have time, but yeah, no. So working with Danny, he saw The Heist, loved it, and we just sort of said, hey, could we build out 1970s New York in AI? And I said, let me do a quick test. And I did a quick test and showed it to him. Because, he said, we want to do a blaxploitation film. And I was like, we were raised on kung fu fighting movies and all that kind of stuff. I was like, love it. So once I did the test, I was like 100% convinced that we could do it. Yeah.
That the not just a character consistency, but also environment consistency was possible, because that's always an issue.
Yeah, I mean that's the things that I think I've always tried to test with at least VO, which is just like how far can I push it to get consistency. And for most people who saw The Heist, they're like, oh, that was fun, that was cool, and then there's all the internet trolls that were like,
details.
Oh my God, that's a different person every time. And I'm like, yeah, it was, but your brain, hopefully you get the illusion that it's the same-ish person.
Well, let's talk about it for a second, like that criticism online. I feel like when you're not in the AI community, you see something and you compare it to traditional filmmaking. If you are in the community, you see the progression. You're like, oh my God, this is mind-blowing.
100%.
That it's even possible to do that. And I think that's the kind of thing, and I had that very early on when I started with AI. I saw a film, and I was like, it's just leaves and rain. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But then when I understood where the tools were at, and that it was actually not possible to get that yet, and somebody got that, I was like, oh, damn, okay. So now that brings us to, again, I love to say that we creatives are now creative technologists as well. So it's about the technology and where it's meeting us and where we're meeting them.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So the Heist, what was when you did it, when you made it, what was the intention behind it? Was it just, I just want to play around and see what it does?
It's funny because it Google VO2 had just come out. I was starting to see some tests with it that people were posting because it was in beta at the time.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing around the holidays. So I was just shutting down for the year, and then I was like, okay. So I sat in my pajamas one morning and was just like, let me see if it could do this. Let me see if it could do this. And it ended up just being like, let me see if I could do like a high-speed car chase, you know? And that became kind of the foundation. And then I saw all the new versions of it, and I was like, let me see if I could do something that feels vintage. And it, you know, it was able to do that. It just blew my mind. And so like 2 days later, I like finished it and put it out.
You know that you all gave us a collective anxiety during Christmas time because we all wanted Google VO2 access because of that. We were all like, no, I want to work with this. I want to try it out because it looked so amazing. We were like, how did he do it? I luckily got it a couple days later, but I could not get to the highest quality, so that was insane. I
think text to video is a special part of your brain. Like I don't know. I think my brain just thinks that way.
Yeah,
it thinks in these long-winded, you know, ways of visualizing things. Yeah. But to me, skipping the step of not going to image and just going straight to video, I love it. To me, I love working in that way. So
let us know if you like text to video or image to video. What do you prefer? And we thank you so much, Jason. This was such a great talk.
100%.
I always love hearing you more. I want to have like an hour-long talk with you. We're going to go back to stage where they're continuing the keynotes. Stay tuned for the next keynote. It's going to be amazing.